Well, hello, Pisces. This is Don with Sonoran Mystic Tarot. So happy to have you popping in. This is your reading for the week of March 21st through the 27th. Before we get there, I wanted to say hopefully you're having a wonderful March. And we're in the third month of the year already, so hopefully it's been a good year. We're going to see if this is going to hold through this month, this week, and I'm hoping that it will. But a little bit of a curveball was thrown our way, and that is that Spirit said no tarot today. And so my reading to you for this coming week will be a psychic read, and it'll be a psychic read based on the full moon energy, which is abundant to say the least. And so we're going to be putting that to use. Remember that full moon energy runs all throughout the very first part of this coming week that we're reading for right now. So do not hesitate to tap into that energy. Use it to your advantage. That's what it's there for. Otherwise, why not? Is it going to hurt you to try to it? Come on. So let's get to it, though. This is your reading again for March 21st through the 27th. The thing is, I sat down, meditated, and prepared for the reading. And for each of the signs, I initially I was given a visit from Spirit, and it gave me a phrase or a few words. And then after that, it filled itself in over time, and it still fills it in as I start reading now. For you, the statement that came to my mind was, that dog won't hunt. I love that. That dog won't hunt. That dog won't hunt. I always love that phrase. I don't know why. It just has there's something about it, Anyway, so what does that mean? What does that mean in reference to you? Well, this is where it came from, is that I'm not saying that people think you're a fool sometimes, or that you're stupid, or that you're missing a few wheels in the cogs upstairs. I don't know. But they must think so from time to time, because they come and they deliver some of the stupidest stories to you and think you're going to buy it. Now, we both know you don't buy it. I mean, come on, Pisces, you're pretty darn smart. And so this is no exception. This week is going to be one of those weeks where a lot of fools are going to be out there playing the full games, and they're going to be giving you some storylines. Now, there are a few of you who have projects, who are working with teams, and your team members are behind. Now, they've been blowing some smoke already. And you know who I'm talking about. They've been blowing smoke already. And guess what? They're going to come due with some kind of big old story now that it's coming due and they haven't done their job. But guess what you're going to say? That dog won't hunt. That dog won't hunt. And then get to it. But cut them off at the pass quick and get them focused. Because, again, you can't miss your deadline because of these. Now, for others of you, again, that dog won't hunt. And that's when folks that you care about dearly come in and tell you stories that is not true. And stories that kind of protect them or cover them because they've been up to something that maybe they shouldn't be up to. Well, guess what? You're going to look at them and say, that dog won't hunt. I just love that phrase. And parents, Lord have mercy. I see a number of you out there with the kids coming in telling stories this week. A few of y'all are going to have some issues with kids who are getting themselves into really potentially troublesome issues. I mean, I'm talking, we're skirting legal issues here. And so I will be very serious on this one. There are some of you whose children and young adults are playing with fire, and they are truly going to be burnt if they are not careful. So when they come to you and they start laying down a story, especially feel sorry for me story, because why? Because you screwed up. It's like no, they're gonna have every other excuse why everybody else is to blame. Why no way would it be their fault. And you know what you're gonna say? That dog won't hunt. That dog won't hunt. This is not necessarily a surprise to you about the children, the kids, specific kids. Now, it's not all your kids. That kid, the one I'm talking about. There's always the one, and this one is what I'm talking about. The one who thinks that they're just that much smarter than you. Now, of course, they've lived all of what? 10, 12, 14, 16 years. But, they're 58, 59, 60 years old, apparently, because they think they know more than you. You know which ones I'm talking about. No surprise here. So this time when they come to you and you sit there and you go, oh yeah, uh-huh. And oh, did they really? Oh my goodness. And what happened next? And then when they're done, they say, can you believe it? And you're like, no, I can't, because that dog won't hunt. So anyway, this is the week for you to pay attention. Be very cognizant of all that's going around with you. Be very aware of all of the moving pieces that are happening at the same time. Be very aware of your role in all of this, making sure that you rise above, that you don't fall into a trap with them, that you don't be pulled into something that you don't want to be pulled into. Make sure that you call it when you see it and you call it as you see it. Make sure that as this stuff unrolls, I guess you would say, yes, unrolls, as it does, if anybody to even think about connecting you to something, make sure you tell them, no. And make sure anybody else brings it back to you so that you can know that what's going on and you can do it. But the most important thing is remembering that phrase, that dog won't hunt, because for some reason this week, you are going to use it more than you have ever used it before. Because for some reason, this is a week. I think it's because of that heightened energy I was talking about. It has people doing stupid things. I'm talking not just dumb, not just crazy. We're talking stupid. I mean, if you only saw some of the stuff that's going through my head, and some of you will because you're living this, and so there are a few of you, you have my sympathies, because I'm telling you, I don't want to go through that mess. I'm going through it with you here. I can only imagine having to work through it, and for a few of you, when the police come knocking at your door, and you know what I'm talking about too, and you know for what, when they come knocking at your door, that dog won't hunt. You don't have to answer that door. You don't have to do. Make sure you have legal counsel. Make sure you are protected. Make sure you don't say anything you don't need to say. Make sure you get legal counsel, because first of all, again, you didn't do anything. You're not involved, and they're trying to draw you into something or trying to get you to say something, therefore helping them in a situation. This is not that situation. This is not that day, and this dog won't hunt. So this is a really crazy week for you, Leo. I mean, Pisces. So if I were you, I would be on my toes. I'd be watching everyone and everything. I would expect a lot of drama. I would expect a lot of ups and downs. But most importantly, I'd be expecting to use that phrase quite often. That dog won't hunt. That dog won't hunt. And while your dog isn't hunting, see if he'll hunt down below here on the YouTube channel, and click that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already. Beside that is a little bell shape, and it's an icon. So click on that. And when you click that icon, you'll get notices every time I upload something, and when I go live on Wednesday evenings and Thursday mornings for free tarot readings. Join us for a free tarot reading. You'll enjoy it very much. And it's personalized because it's for you. And then another very important thing, if you could, I would appreciate, over this side here, down here, there's a little like button, a little like this. Click on that. That's important, because what happens is the more people hit that, the more the algorithm shares it with other people. And therefore, it gets to people who need to hear this. And there are a number of people who need to hear this week. So with that said, I'm going to let you go. Have an amazing week. I will see you next week. And what did I say about, what was that thing again? That dog won't hunt. Have a great one. Bye, y'all.